Today we are diving into an amazing open world Reaper build in Guild Wars 2. This build is all about giving you tons of sustain, serious damage and non-stop quickness. Whether you are brand new or a casual player, or even if you are a veteran, this build will work very well for you. Plus, gearing up for this build is easy and affordable, and the build is easy to use. Now let's get started. Reapers are one of the best specs for open world, and your Reaper Shroud is your best friend. First of all, any damage you take will be taken from your life force, not your health. Plus, it cuts down the damage you take by default, and it can be reduced even more when you use your skill number 3 in Shroud. Add Wisdom, the Rise utility skill, and you will summon minions to take hits from you and do some damage. And because of Reaper's Onslaught, Disperception, and Soul Barbs, you will increase your damage in Shroud significantly. So even just your basic auto attack in Shroud will pack a punch and you will dash out tons of damage. From Vampiric and Vampiric Presence, you will siphon a lot of health from the enemies to keep you going. Blood Bank is even stronger as it will convert a lot of the heals to barrier, so most of the time you will not even lose health in the fight. And as of the latest major update, Necromancers can now use double swords, which will work very well with this build. All of your skills here will be very good, they will do a lot of damage, they will give you some life force, and they will siphon a lot of health. Swords also have a very nice range of 900, which makes them very good choice for melee and for range. And when you hit an enemy with any of your skills, you will get a new channeling skill you can use. That second part of the skill will drain your health, and the benefits are not too much. And because of that, I don't recommend using any of the second channel parts, just use the original skills. Now let's move on to gear. And to maximize our damage, we will use Berserker Armor and we will use double Berserker Swords. Based on the current market prices, what you see in front of you is the cheapest option for Berserker Armor. And for the swords, the cheapest option is the Twin Sister Sword, which includes a Sigil of Force in it anyways, which is one we are using in our build. So we will buy 2 of them, and for the second Sigil, we will use Sigil of Clarity to increase our quickness uptime. We will also be using Commander Trinkets to round up our build and provide a good balance. And for the backpack, you can buy the Cavalier Spine Guard, which is level 80 rare backpack, and it will work just fine. And inside the backpack, we will use the rare Magoma Jewel, which will provide the Commander stats. We will also use Relic of the Chronomancer, which will work very well with Sigil of Clarity, and it will help us maintain 100% quickness uptime. For the runes, we can use Deadeye, which is very good for damage and it's not too expensive. Or if you want an even cheaper option, you can use Infiltration. For the food, we will use Avocado Smoothie. And for the utilities, we can use Superior Sharpening Stones, which will work very well with this build. Now let's talk about tactics and learn how to use this build properly. The first thing you do when you load into any new map is to summon your minions. And then we will start the fight with Wall of Darkness and Rise. You will use Spectral Grasp if you are low on life force or if you have multiple enemies around you. After this, you will immediately go to your Shroud, use your skill 5, 4, 3, and then 2 with your auto attack, and then just keep spamming, and anytime your 4 will be available, use it again. Keep doing this until you completely run out of life force, and then spam all of your weapon skills only once as I explained. Don't use the second channel skills, and you will use your utility skills with them whenever they are ready off cooldown. By doing this, you will maintain a lot of life force, you will also have very high sustain, do tons of damage, and you will have permanent quickness. If you needed to break bar on the enemies, you can use the Charge skill, which will make your golem knock the enemies down, and if you needed more heals, we can use Soul Eater in the Reaper's line and Vital Persistence in the Soul Reaping line. Both of them will increase your health and increase the passive heals you will generate in the fight. And if you felt like you were too slow in combat, you can remove Spectral Grasp and you can use Signet of the Locust instead. And that's the build. Simple, effective, and fun to play. Check out the description for links to gear up any character from scratch and for my other build guides. If you have any questions or tips for other players, drop them in the comments below. And if you found this guide helpful, it will be greatly appreciated if you hit like and subscribe for more Guild Wars 2 content. Now enjoy some footage for this build in action. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next guide.